What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lore Reloaded. Always a fun time when you guys are here. I forgot to get this set up appropriately. I don't know why I suck so much at what I do, but I do suck so much at what I do. And again, it's lovely to see all you guys. Super excited to be here. For the most part, this is going to be a watch party for the Avalon universe. We're going to watch it, critique it, enjoy it, love it. You know, suck from the teat of Irwin, as I like to say. But before that, because we got a little bit of time before that begins, what always interests me, let me be completely, by the way, happy Halloween to you guys too. What always interests me is how I sometimes will pick a fight, and I'll be honest. I'll sometimes go on Twitter, and I'll be like, you know what sucks? Twitter Trekkie lefts, the left that does Twitter and that are Trekkies, that they suck. Or I'll go on, and I'll be like, you know what? Fandom Menace is. Fandom Menace is like cancer, but without the fun. So I will sometimes pick fights. I'll admit that. That is a flaw of mine. But what always interests me is when I mind my own damn business and I somehow am name dropped and attacked by people who not only are attacking me for things that aren't true, but have me blocked. So the only way I know if they're this is happening is if I do a manual search, or if I have Google set up to do a search for me, that if my name pops, it'll show me, or if I'm tagged in it. Yeah, it's an actual issue. We're gonna go in it. So let's get into that. Why the hell won't you or anybody else talk about the lack of primary deflector shield visible on the Miranda class and the no warp nacelle Zon, the Klingon bird of prey? The no warp nacelle can be explained because they're using a different kind of technology. The Miranda class doesn't have a well, they don't have a deflector shield, do they? Huh. People have talked about that. I'm sure I talked about it when I broke it down, but that said, I'm sure other people have talked about it as well. I would be very surprised if Trek Yards hasn't broken that down in like intricate detail. But let's discuss this for a second. Let's take a look at this interesting, shall we call it, thing. Now, I woke up to this, and I thought it was interesting. I don't know why, again, people go out of their way to involve me and things that and not only involve me in things, but have me blocked so I can't see it. Now, to be fair, the fandom We Are Starfleet does it too. So I'm not saying that it's not just them, but it's always just interesting to me. So hold on. All right, let me see. What's up, buddy? How you doing, buddy? Okay, so here we go. What music genre do other races in Star Trek have, if any? Probably the same we are, just different. All right, so Star Trek Discovery Sucks, who is just a wonderful Twitter, let me tell you. They don't change anything at all. Beyond Divine Guardian and Rami, I don't really know these people. I feel like I should know Cathel Catherine. I feel like it, but I don't remember her. So, why is this unlisted? Is it unlisted? It shouldn't be. That's not unlisted. So why does that say it's unlisted? So weird. All right. Star Trek Discovery says, fake Trek Star Wars want to be animated. Again, just like top tier stuff here. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm not sure what they're trying to attack. They're hating something for just hating it. Catherine, we'll call her Kit Kat since that's what her thing is. Probably want to be like Clone Wars. I know hardcore bootlicker Shill Reloaded already tried to compare Lower Decks to Clone Wars. Again, this person actually has me blocked, so I couldn't see this when they did it. Which, by the way, can I say is just top tier bravery. To talk to someone behind their back. It was just excellent. But what's intriguing to me is even this is misinformation. So I will, time and again, go on Salty Trekker's 8-hour live streams that he does ever so often, simply because I really, and I'll say this to him, I think that not most, let me be definitive. Every person that joins his live streams is very critical to the point of being anti-Discovery era Star Trek. From complaints that there's only one male, white male person there. And it's really interesting. They define white male as someone is white male presenting on the screen. So if it's like an actor that's in makeup, that's not a white male because it's an alien. All the way to attacking the Star Trek Nickelodeon animated series because they have slavery in it and kids shouldn't accept it or something. So it is the gambit. And so what I said on that was I said what they may be doing is something similar to Clone Wars, where it starts out very kiddie, very not for adults, and becomes more focused on adults in the future. It's interesting to me too, because Star Trek Discovery sucks. Our boy says it's Star Wars himself. He actually says it, and that's what everybody says. Oh, it's Star Wars. Oh, it's Star Wars. Which, by the way, is just old and tiring. Just comparing it to Star Wars, just come on, critique it. Just critique it. It's okay. So anyway, that was to the extent. I said that they're going for a Clone Wars Season 1 feel, at best. Already, we're not there. Divine Guardian comes in. By the way, Divine Guardian, I want to put out a challenge. Divine Guardian, first, when he started hating me, because he liked me before, but when he started hating me, has said that there are documents showing where Discovery or CBS and Paramount have paid me to do spots for them and such. If you can prove that, I will not only have it live streamed on the channel so that you can show it, I'll give you $500. And all you have to do is show legitimate proof that Star Trek has, that Paramount and CBS has paid me off. Now, I challenged him on that because he said it would show up in the taxes or whatever, because when they file their taxes, they don't have to, but they're pretty open with their taxes. They have the filing open because it's a company that is traded, so they try to be transparent. So when I pushed him on that and he couldn't prove it, all of a sudden it changed to this argument. And this argument was, as he says, sure, Shill Reloaded loves everything that comes out of Kurtzman's behind. Did I say that loud? So Rami actually pings me. So I actually know a conversation is happening about me, which I appreciate. Thank you, Rami. She says, you mean at Lore Reloaded? He's Huggle. Don't mention him unless you want him to appear. No one wants that. So Divine Guardian actually talked about me, as did Catherine. They both bring me up, but they don't want me to show because they're really brave people. And as I said, Cathel or Divine Guardian, you are welcome on my channel at any point, and we can have that discussion. And again, if you can prove that I've been paid by Paramount and CBS at any point in my juncture as Lore Reloaded, I will be more than happy to give you $500 live. I will pay you immediately, whether I have the money or not. Rami says, I do. He's always been cool to me. Then you're probably the only one. darn shill. At first he cries about how evil CBS treats him, then he rims them on a regular basis. Because the one thing that I'm known for is rimming CBS and Paramount. It's the one thing I'm known for. I am not critical of Discovery at any point. I am not critical of Picard at any point. I specifically go out of my way to talk about how great they are. I'm basically the male version, the male version of Jesse Jenner. Basically. And I mean, that's all there is to it. Rami says, yeah, that's called an unbiased opinion. See, I like the visual production value. She actually gives legitimate pieces here. She goes into it. I can read those if I want, but I don't think we will. Unless you guys want me to. She's just talking about how good it is. Lore Reloaded, on the other hand, occasionally criticizes Star Trek as a whole. His self-inflicted job is creating Star Trek content, and he relies on it as being a food source. So it's only natural that while watching modern stuff, he try to concentrate more on what he likes about it. Not necessarily true. It is my food source. This is how I make money, by the way. Thank you, guys. Shout out. But what interests me is what I get into it. So whether it's positive or negative, that's what I talk about with Star Trek. I do generally enjoy Legacy Trek more than I do Disco Era Trek. But if I can find interesting things in Disco Era, I will. Now, I will say one thing. Sometimes if I have two interesting topics, one from Disco Era and one from Legacy, I'll generally go Legacy just because I don't want to have to deal with the amazing amount of comments that I get. So, Cathal Catherine says he used to hate it, then all of a sudden he did a massive 180 and started to praise it. The fact that he compared Lower Decks to Clone Wars showed he is 110% shill, exists only to suck from Kurtzman's teat. I don't know that I ever compared Lower Decks to Clone Wars. I don't think I ever have. Maybe, but I need to know the context of it. You know? Maybe in something that it's something that adults enjoy. I honestly, I don't know. I have no idea where that comes from. Now, again, I'm not saying I didn't say that. It's possible in a live stream I did. I don't know. I got no idea. Well, Lower Decks does feel like they were actually trying to make something Star Trek. The general designs and some of the references spot on. The story is terrible. The comedy is unfunny. It's devoid of what made South Park great. But Rick and Morty is equally stupid. So I guess Rami just doesn't know good animation when she sees it. Oh, shots fired. I disagree with that, but I think it's a really good show, honestly. I think it's top tier Trek. It's probably as close to Legacy Trek as we're going to get, like ever. So that's my opinion, though. Cathal comes back. Sure, it looks more Star Trek than anything Kurtzman has done. You know, and what I love is how Cathal doesn't even know anything on what the hell she is talking about. The shows, Kurtzman is not really the main showrunner for any of the shows anymore. He's more Rick Berman. Rick Berman has had more impact on the different shows than Kurtzman does at this point. Because Kurtzman's at the top, and then you have the individual showrunners that have the majority of where... Alex! The majority of where everything goes. So I think even Berman had more impact at the end of his career than Kurtzman does. But anyway, Cathal says, sure, it looks more Star Trek than anything Kurtzman has done. It's like going to a restaurant and ordering filet mignon. With Kurtzman, you'll get a greasy old hamburger. With Lower Decks, you'll get a round steak. Sure, it's actually a steak, but it's any good. What you wanted, not really. All that's opinion. Kurtzman Trek is like a veggie steak. You don't want it. It tastes like crap, and consuming it is very dissatisfying. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, they don't like Dave Chappelle either, apparently. There was one in here, and maybe it's on a different one, but they literally say, and maybe I have to go back through it, they literally say, after I was sued, wasn't in here. It's one of the ones that they talked about, though. Literally, I was sued by CBS, and that's when I turned it around, because I was afraid of the lawsuit. Man, I wish I had that original one. It is some of the most idiotic things I have ever done. And again, I'm not saying I don't pick fights. Not saying that at all. But it's always interesting to me because generally I don't. It's very, very rare. I have to be in a very specific mood. But it's just always funny to me when I mind my own business and I get attacked. I don't necessarily understand it. And I very, very rarely go out of my way to individually say something. I don't know. And yeah, Max Matthews, exactly. If Lore doesn't love Trek, then he's not a crystalline entity, and we all know. Did you stick it to CBS and they backed down? I have always, I won't say always. Every time I've countered them, because they've done straight up DMCAs. Straight up destroy your channel DMCAs. And I've told them, sue me, and let's see what happens. In legalese. They have always backed down. They've always backed down from it. Again, it's just so intriguing to me. I don't understand. It is top tier. One of the biggest issues that I have with the fandom menace, because hashtag not all, but the fandom menace, the big people in it, create audience members like this. That because I don't 100% hate Discovery, because I will say that even in season 1, there is like 2 scenes that are good in it. Somehow I have done an about face and absolutely love it, and I'm a shill and I'm a paid off. And by God, you know, I can be bought. There is a number that Kurtzman can offer me that will make me, honest to God, completely dedicate the channel to how good Disco Era Trek is. I don't think they'd be willing to pay it, and I'd have to tell you guys about it. That would be one of the requirements. But it's not like I'm not open to the situation. It's just it hasn't happened. And we're talking like high 5-digit, low 6-digit number is what we're talking about. Because that is just, that for me to lose all of my morality is a high number. You'll give me $5, April VVA. By the way, everybody needs to give a shout out to April VVA. She will one day be my future wife, so that'll be a lot of fun. I'm not even joking when I say that. Complete legit, y'all. Sorry, just because a handful of viewers don't like Discovery or any of the new Trek, it's not going to cause me to not enjoy it myself. Yeah, you enjoy what you... And that's the other thing I said. If you guys like it, then fucking like it. Who cares? Yeah, Michael Jackson, for that, I'd do almost anything you'd want me to do for that amount of money. Is it the best Trek? No, but is it still enjoyable? Yeah, I will say, see, and this is the thing that gets me. They say I'm a shill and whatever. I don't think Discovery Season 1 is all that enjoyable. I think that it was, I think Discovery Season 1 destroyed the fandom and made it divided, and we're still having to deal with that. We're still having issues with that division. I don't think it's particularly good writing either. I don't think it's good writing for science fiction, let alone Star Trek. My personal opinion. But if you like it, then that's fine. I don't have any issues with that. It blows my mind that that people say that like I'm a shill, and yet I don't know. I haven't, by the way, people get confused. I haven't married, I haven't proposed. When I propose, you guys will know, but I haven't proposed or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's happening. $5 can get you a good cup of coffee in California. It can, but it cannot get you 1 gallon of gas. It is insane. All right, so let's watch the Avalon universe. I know most of you guys are going to leave at this point. That was just really frustrating. It's just like, what the living hell? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you people are silly. You're straight silly. All right. And by the way, don't
worry about it.
Don't go talk to them or anything like that. Don't comment on them or say anything. I was just showing you just because I thought it was silly. All right, so now we're going to be watching the Avalon Universe premiere done by one Joshua Irwin. Probably some of the best fanfic that you guys will find when it comes to Star Trek. So let's do it. Now, If you guys haven't watched this before, basically I will be watching, stopping, talking about a scene, talking about things that don't make sense, looking at it from a filmmaker's point of view, digital cinematography. Also, just to get it out of the way, I will also additionally be doing on set, helping them out with a movie, possibly in January, definitively in May and April of next year. So that could cloud my judgment on this. I don't think it will. I'm pretty honest and open, and Joshua knows that. And even if it wouldn't, but even if it cost me being on set, I'd still be honest with you guys. But it's worth you guys being aware of futureness. Don't subject you to Cardassian torture. I won't. To Beardly go where lore has gone before. It's true. It's true. All right. Let's get into it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it. See if you guys can hear it. My voice. It's obviously gonna be a little bit louder for intents and purposes. Hopefully that's not any kind of copyright music. Hey Laura, what's going on? I have a huge question for you. Well, what's your question, Denzel? All right, let's do it. Much louder. I'll turn it down. I don't intend to talk during it, though. Alright, so we're doing original series. It's the original series era, for those who don't know. Boom.
Personal log, stardate 6892.3. Lieutenant Commander Allenby recording.
Have you ever noticed... And this isn't, oh, whoops. Hold on, I'm stupid. Sorry. Sorry. We'll watch it again. But before we do that, have you ever noticed, like, when they crash land, usually their suits and everything are fine, their uniforms? It's, and that's just Trek overall. It's not just me, per se.
Personal log, stardate 6892.3. Lieutenant Commander Allenby recording. My not-so-sanctioned rescue mission is not off to a good start. Shortly before I lost control of the shuttle, my sensors detected a powerful duonetic field surrounding the entire space around this planet. There's something odd about the frequency. I didn't have enough time to analyze the data before it completely overwhelmed my systems. I can only surmise that the same duonetic field is responsible for her disappearance as well. The effect is intermittent, affecting some tools but not others.
So, it's really cool. Though an interesting piece to that, I think, is when you go back and you look right here. Like, looking at the console here versus the thing she's using, those look so dissimilar. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, it's just something I noticed. And I get why, but it's, I think that's still a cool layout that we got there. It's better than what I would put together, I can tell you that. So anyway, so far so good. The hell was she? I really like the tricorder. What I'm trying to say. Tricorder looks cool. I like that little effect they're doing. I'm assuming that that's inside of it. I don't think that's green screened, personally. I noticed Axanar is going forward, and we have this production. Has CBS backed off on its crusade? I don't think so. Axanar always was able to go forward. They just... that was one of the things they had an issue with. She spilled her M&Ms. Alright.
Work, but it's acting really wonky. Since I can't get a signal out, the only choice I have is to proceed with my mission.
Yeah, that guy. No one else would notice it, but that looks like studio lighting right there. That is, I'd be very surprised if that was actual outside lighting. just the way that comes up, just because of how even it is and how cold, I guess. It doesn't matter. That's not. Sorry, I enjoy breaking these down. I'll answer that in a second. Well, a second, maybe. But I'll answer it. Look at that. April, I need you to buy that for me. Like, but for fitting on you. I'm going to talk to Joshua. We're going to get you one of those outfits. Not the M&Ms. That wasn't just a Starbase shuttle. It was a they had those shuttles on the Enterprise. Ooh, that filter to make it look like there's a lot of dust, and for the heat. Why do we have it facing the opposite way? Okay. That'd be great if the board popped up. Then we have bum 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 Avalon. This is no time for selfie. It's true. Why did I mean? It's not a big deal. Again, it's a nitpick. But why does she have it facing the opposite direction? I don't. There's no reason for that. It's literally scanning her. Ah, the old sleeping during the day trick. I really do like that uniform. It's very JJ Trek, very disco era. Still pretty cool. And I really, really need you to buy that for me. Shuttle jacking was popular in 2014. It was popular in 2014. We really, really like our shots. We really like our shots. So for walking, and again, I really like them. This is just me having a conversation. So for walking, we have a mid shot, mid wide shot, close up for some reason, mid close up shot of her boots for walking, I guess. Mid close up shot of, or maybe just a mid shot of her looking around. Again, I think with the tricorder different. Then we got an extreme wide shot with drone, not clones. Be more interesting if it was clones than of everything. We're getting scale, so I understand to a degree what they're doing. Oh, wrong button. We're getting scale, so I kind of understand, but it's a little long. I was cast away at 100% put on glasses. There's an enemy coming, so I must get into a prone position in the middle of, next to a, or on a hill with no cover. I really like this effect. It's pretty cool. Still staying in my prone
Hey, Minnie
position.
Mouse. Be ready for anything. Okay, Minnie Mouse. Be ready for anything.
Okay, Minnie Mouse. Okay. was in her head. I was going to say, she just committed murder. If that's actually what happened. I'm assuming it didn't. The music here, I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but the music here is very, I don't know, it has a very 70s, 80s cartoon feel. Like you have the protagonist walking around, then they see a like a cave like she did, or a clearing, and then you have the trombone, bom bom bom. It's maybe, I don't know, because my original series trivia is not as on task as everything else, so maybe that was something common with the original series. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Did you get okay? I would say it's a little overscored, but if you listen to the background, kind of an interesting thing that I'm liking too, is you hear it sounds like the transporter wave. Listen to it again. You hear it? Sounds like the transporter thing. It looks back over. Oh, man. It's funny. Over the shoulder shot. You know it's Star Trek when you do over the shoulder shots. That shotgun mic a little bit closer to the actor next time, my man.
You scared me. How did you find me? I almost didn't. There's a powerful duonetic field surrounding this entire region of space. It's scrabbling my equipment.
So I'll say this. I know I'm nitpicking because it's all I can do. This is actually really, really well done. I love watching Joshua, and I like watching Owen Majors. It's so fun to see how they've come as film directors and film producers and the things they've learned. It's really, really well done. It's really cool. I really think this is really good. Now Kiss. That's exactly. See, this is why I'll be marrying April someday. Now Kiss. That's exactly.
Tricorder works, but it's intermittent. Oh.
Did she not take any supplies with her from the... I assume that the supplies would still be there, right?
It's good to sit down. I've been walking for days.
Is that a voice? Is that a,
I guess that answers a few questions. I was so focused on my new engine tests that I wasn't scanning for anything else. Just thought my new designs were a failure. I mean, after all, it was a gamble configuring it like that. I was just coming to terms with the idea that I might die in this cave. Is anyone...
It's not just picture quality. It's everything they're doing. The placement of the actors, the use of... it is a little overscored, but the use of music is generally okay. There's some pieces I wasn't a huge fan of personally. The props that they have on set, they're actually using... one of the things that is really cool here is they're layering what we're watching. So you see the image to the right over here, the rock that's out of focus, and then you see behind the girl with blue, it's you have a rock behind her as well as the back face to there. They're actually using layering, so we're seeing multiple different layers of detail, which makes it more interesting. If that rock wasn't there, it actually would be a much less it wouldn't be as much of an interesting shot. So just having something that shows scale, that puts them at a varying distance from something else. Makes it more intriguing. And he wasn't, while he used tricks like that sometimes, Joshua really didn't do a lot of that, or at least it doesn't feel like he did a lot of that in his previous films. And I don't think Major does it at all. Maybe he does.
That I might die in this cave.
It's a style.
Is anyone else
it's
with you?
Good or bad.
Admiral Clark didn't exactly sign off on my rescue plan.
What?
She told me not to even worry about it, but I figured something had to have happened because we lost contact with you.
Of course she didn't care. She's never shown anything but contempt for me. And there I was, a 19-year-old wunderkind showing up to Starbase wanting to design new warp coils.
A 19-year-old what? Oh, did she say that she left her supplies back in the ship? She shouldn't have done that. That was not very Starfleet.
Contact with you.
Of course she didn't care. She's never shown anything but contempt for me. And there I was, a 19-year-old wunderkind showing up to Starbase wanting to design new warp coils. She hates me.
She doesn't hate you.
Could have fooled me. I was always just trying to help. When older officers would miss things and I would say something, she would always just be like, "Shut up, Ioka." Sorry. Had about a week in this cave to think about how the last 2 years of being an aggressive genius kid landed me in a cave on a desert planet.
I guess we're both stuck here for now. I'm just
Wunderkind, German Wunderkinder, a wonder child or child prodigy, a person who succeeds. Oh, learned something new.
glad I found you. I couldn't abandon you. I had to know what happened.
Sometimes I think you're the only person I have. I'm glad you came to find me. Even if you did almost kill me pointing that phaser around.
I won't be surprised if they actually kiss or they're dating.
You could have been captured by Klingons.
And if your phaser hadn't worked?
Then it would have been hand-to-hand combat.
Outside of the cave, even though she went into it. I don't know why.
I mean, that would have been cool. And you're totally a kung fu master. But you're also 5 feet tall and nowhere near Klingon space.
First off, that is problematic, madam. Problematic. If she were a man, would the 5 feet tall matter? I ask you. And if the 5 feet tall would matter, can 5 feet tall people not defeat Klingons? I swear, Starfleet bigotry at its finest.
It could have been Orion pirates, or Nausicaans, or blood-sucking, body-snatching aliens.
Nope. I just crashed.
Heightest.
Because I'm a bad pilot.
So much for an adventurous rescue mission.
Adventure, excitement, discovery! That's what they sell us on to get us to sign up for Starfleet.
See the world, they said.
Look what the thirst for adventure got us. The 2 smartest people on Starbase 12, marooned for all eternity on a dead planet.
Check the universe, they said.
Ioka, the smartest person on Starbase 12, also Galaxy's biggest pessimist.
I mean, I have been here a while. It's just an empty cave. Not even any Klingons to torture me for information or keep me company.
I feel like 5-foot people can still fight Klingons and win, depending on the race. For instance, if you take a look at Vulcans, from what we see and know, actually can match Klingons. It seems like, at least, based on their strength and agility. So a 5-foot tall Vulcan probably would have a better chance than a 7-foot tall human of defeating any Klingon. That's all I'm saying.
Why did you think I was captured?
Figured between your new
most
warp
humble
engine
people in
designs and the
Starfleet.
duonetic field, something had to have happened.
Because a duonetic field is an
artificially generated form of energy. If I could modify the tricorder to hone in on whatever's generating it, we could shut it down. But the damn thing keeps cutting out.
Okay, so even if you shut it down, you don't have a shuttle, so it doesn't really necessarily matter. I mean, I guess you could figure it out. Maybe the people who did it have a maybe have the a shuttle, I guess.
Maybe the problem is the solution. I can get the translator to run directly off of the duonetic field. That is, if you can get me that bizarre frequency. You wouldn't happen to have a toolkit in your bag.
I'm a scientist, not an engineer.
Oh, you get it?
Oh, looks like we'll be making the long trek back to my shuttle to get one.
You can't use a hairpin or something?
We'll go when the primary sun sets. Let's rest for now. It'll be a while.
Well, hopefully they're cuddling.
Don't worry, there's not any bloodthirsty monsters in this cave.
She has the phaser. Why would she be startled?
Doesn't even go back very far.
Presumably they could call for help. Well, the duonetic field doesn't stop communications, does it? I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know.
You know, I can't get a fix on that energy field. But I can scan that blue giant, and it's over 500 astronomical units away. That's 5 times the diameter of Pluto's orbit in the Sol system. And it's illuminating the surface of this entire planet.
I can't tell if that's a, and I guess that's the point. I wonder if they actually took those shots themselves or if that is a stock footage. It's obviously been edited, because, you know, there's no, we can't see that on Earth, which I don't know why I'm even having to tell you guys that. You probably know that. But still, it's really interesting. 5'8" is the best height. True.
That's how bright that star is.
So is this your first blue giant binary star system?
My homeworld has a red dwarf. That star will live for trillions of years. Blue giant? Only a couple million. Blink of an eye on the cosmic scale. This is why I joined Starfleet. To experience things like this for myself.
To be stuck on a planet with someone who's creating a field that won't allow you to have any communications out nor escape. To possibly also die of thirst because there's multiple suns is why you join Starfleet?
That's why I want to design the fastest engines in the galaxy. So you don't have to see them through a telescope.
We're like peanut butter and jelly, you and me. Just exploring the galaxy.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how to get off this planet first.
There's that.
Okay.
Ha! Found it. Let me see the tricorder.
She shouldn't have the weapon. She has shown that she is not really good dealing with this, so she should not have the weapon at all.
You okay?
My spidey sense is tingling.
Calm down, your spidey senses are always tingling. Relax, beautiful, it's just the wind.
Oh, they have to be together. Relax, beautiful. Love it. They have to kiss.
I have...
That is a horrific design. Why on God's green earth would you create something that you first have to point at and then turn around and look at? That is a horrific design for a tricorder. I get that they want to show off the prop. That probably isn't inexpensive. But it seems, I don't know. Not likely life will you do develop on a planet with a sun that only lasts a couple million years. That's true. Now, if a man said that...
Coordinates.
Yeah, people would probably get really pissed off if you said, relax, beautiful. You're right.
3 kilometers due northeast.
Great. 3 more kilometers.
Hey, at least it's not 150. Whoa.
Right? In your estimation, what would it take to generate an energy field that powerful?
The deflector ray of a heavy cruiser couldn't even do that.
And a weird frequency.
Dun, dun, dun.
Normally, a duonetic field wouldn't affect our impulse engines, but it would short out all of our other gear. It would take a lot of effort to tune it the other way around.
That makes it worse. They can flip they don't know that they can flip the display. They shouldn't be out here alone. Like, we have established blue shirt girl left and shouldn't be out there alone, but red shirt girl was sent all on her own.
We just happened to crash within 3 kilometers of the source? This isn't some coincidence.
The shuttle's plasma control assembly is missing. Okay, maybe something is going on here.
Let's figure out who staged this crash and what they're after.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's get...
You're gonna regret that you were right.
Lighting is real good. I like the lighting. Also, I'm pretty sure they modded the drone for this specific set.
This looks like a simple mining facility, but it's been abandoned. This makes no sense.
The energy waves are coming from deep underground.
Well, this shouldn't be at all dangerous. Powerful energy wave coming from deep underneath an abandoned uridium mine on a dead planet? I knew I should have updated my final message to family and friends months ago.
It's up to us. Who knows what could be down there? It could be an ancient artifact so powerful that it could determine the fate of the entire galaxy.
Hey, Arctic, thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoy work.
That or someone left the oven on.
She is going to shoot her finger off. Why would she?
How do we even get down there?
There's a mine shaft that leads straight to it.
Akuchi Moya, this just gets better and better.
Space Egg. Kuchimoya, Star Trek's Native Americans. So that's a reference. Huh. Okay.
A device that small is putting out the energy wave? What the hell is it?
Looks like an egg.
Looks like a giant Easter egg.
Bam!
Naturally.
Not exactly sure why 24th century people would know what an Easter egg is, especially since they don't appear to come from Earth. And one of them appears to be like Chakotay, Native American. So why would they have any kind of concept of what an Easter egg is, but still called it?
None of this makes any sense. A device that powerful and there's no one down here guarding it?
Well, they forced us to crash. Hope we can't detect their dampening field. And with no way to call for help, we die of thirst. Then they steal our ships.
True facts.
Definitely alien technology. And nothing that we've ever seen before.
Well, look on the bright side. Encountering weird unknown alien stuff is kind of why we're here.
Whoa. I wonder what that purple resonance around is. It almost kind of looks like a defensive shielding of that. I wonder if I touch the defensive resonating, if what'll happen.
You okay?
You touched it! How could you be so irresponsible?
Right there, Witchy Chick. Right there. Call it. Preach. Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. Yes.
Me? Irresponsible? I was just trying to turn it off, and you were the one that wanted to go on an adventure. Are you kidding me?
I didn't want to venture. I came to rescue you, and you're gonna get pissed at me? You're an engineer. You should know better than to touch things.
You should know better than to open your mouth. I'll show you an adventure when I touch my fist, with my fist, your face.
I'm pretty sure they have never been drunk before. I'm almost 100% confident neither of these actresses have ever imbibed alcohol, possibly never even seen alcohol.
I'll do the touching here. I'll touch you. I'll touch everything. This black belt's gonna kick your ass.
I wanted to see him fight. I gotta be honest. I'm really sad with the Easter egg. Oh no! Romulan. I like the use of music. Where did the secondary, did they both have things? What are we watching? Okay. Okay. Elbow the face. In bird culture, this is considered rude. All right, now let's be a little more. You may not be wrong, Spike, but let's be a little nicer. I agree. It's overscored a bit. I do think that the use of music was a little much for me. It's all right, Spike. You didn't. It's not mean or anything. I respect Joshua and stuff he does, so I don't want to. Laura, you don't be saying that stuff, girl. Turn down your phone, madam. That'd be nice. Why would he allow him to keep the weapons? I think they'd remove them.
I guess that's why they didn't need guards.
Is everything okay?
Sir, yes, sir, Cap.
So when they beamed them up, they probably should have removed the weapons. Not sure why we're hiding the weapons, but...
Captain?
Commodore Gicande. This is Dr. Estevez. You're aboard the USS Excalibur.
Lieutenant Commander Allenby.
Admiral Clark dispatched us.
She's a lieutenant commander?
Sir, yes, sir, Captain?
Commodore Gicande. This is Dr. Estevez. You're aboard the USS Excalibur.
Lieutenant Commander Allenby.
Admiral Clark dispatched us once we realized Dr. Ayoka's shuttle was lost.
She's a lieutenant. Am I understanding that right? Is she a lieutenant commander? Yeah, I mean, but they'd imagine that they'd remove them.
Fortunate that you were able to shut down the dampening field so that we could beam you up. It would have taken us several days to modify a shuttle for rescue.
Looks like you're injured and suffering from dehydration. Might be a good idea to head to sickbay.
There's no way she's a lieutenant commander. There's no way. I refuse to accept that.
I have a confession to make. Our motives weren't completely selfless in rescuing you. Our ship is a test bed for all kinds of new technologies. And our ship's engineer, Captain Eric Menard, would love your help in solving a few issues before he takes command of the USS Constar.
Eric Menard? The Eric Menard wants my opinion? I'm honored, sir.
He's the only engineer in Starfleet who holds the rank of captain. But he reads your work. And he thinks it has merit.
Never underestimate your value. You have so much to offer.
Captain Eric Menard has seen this ship through 2 complete refits. It's time for him to complete these tests and move on. He thinks you're the best person to help him through the final phase, and Admiral Clark agrees.
Thank you, Captain. I won't let you down.
Let's get you to sickbay to heal those wounds. Some fluids will help you feel better. This way.
Just a moment, Commander Allenby.
Yeah, she's a lieutenant commander. That's crazy. I don't... The direction and the writing of the script does not have me believe that she is a lieutenant commander. I assumed that she was an ensign. I could maybe even believe Lieutenant JG, maybe lieutenant. But a lieutenant commander would have had so much field experience, would be, unless she was just like always on a starship, unless she was always on a starship, unless she always stayed behind and had absolutely no training when it comes to missions, I don't believe the character, you know? And that's more a script thing, not the actress. Because I believe she's acting as it seems like she's consistent.
Sir, I'm sorry. I disobeyed orders.
You did more than disobey orders. You destroyed a shuttle. You should face court-martial for that.
Whoa! 0 to 100, Commodore. Damn. This is original series. It's not Dominion War hasn't happened.
I'm kidding. You did disobey orders.
Yeah, that's the face you should have if someone does that to you, by the way. Look.
Did more than disobey orders.
100%.
You destroyed a shuttle. You should face court-martial for that.
She's like, oh my God, my career and life is ruined.
I'm kidding.
Exactly. That's not funny. Nothing about that was funny. That's emotional and mental abuse is what that is. That there is no joking in that. That is top tier of all the lieutenant commandery things for her to do. That is the most lieutenant commander thing that she did, is to look at you like you are stupid. Because that.
You did disobey orders. But you also solved the puzzle that helped us find the both of you. Sometimes following orders isn't always the right thing to do.
Thank you, Commodore.
If you're gonna be my first officer, you're gonna have to deal with my sense of humor every once in a while.
Wait.
That right there is also the face. So we go from you destroyed a shuttle, you're going to lose your job and you're going to go to jail for a long time. Oh no, I was just kidding. Now you get to be my executive officer. Like this man, I wish I had the level of passive aggressive attack that this man has. I gotta be honest.
First officer?
I'm also not sure why we're making her first. I don't feel like she's ready to be a first officer.
Don't get too excited. This ship has become infamous over the past few years.
I love their set, by the way.
Almost destroyed twice. More crew turnover than any ship sees in 20 years.
Watch twist.
Mostly because the last crew was killed. Honestly, I think the only reason why they have a Commodore running this thing is because the last 2 captains died. Being a first officer of this ship is a job no one else wants. But it's also the right position for the right first officer.
Sounds like the perfect challenge for an OCD drama queen from Beta Kopsik who's always looking for adventure in all the wrong places.
So I'm guessing this is a comedy, is where they're going with it more than anything else, which is fine. Just not something I was expecting.
Well, if adventure's what you're looking for, then you've come to the right place.
Adventure's my middle name.
As far as names go, I'm Amari.
I'm Michaela.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant Commander Michaela Allenby.
So he never even... Okay. So that's always an interesting script way to go. It really is. I'm excited. I really am looking forward to working or serving. I'm excited to be a part of the crew that'll actually be doing all of this. To be a part of what they're doing in the Avalon universe.
Welcome to the bridge, Commander.
This ship is so beautiful. I haven't seen these upgrades yet.
Please, take your station.
Thank you for manning my station.
Welcome aboard.
That's audio added in post.
Starfleet has been picking up some very strange gravitational waves coming from the vicinity of the Delore Belt, but they can't seem to isolate their point of origin.
Scanning. Wow.
What are you seeing?
It's like the waves aren't even happening yet.
Explain.
They're out of phase with space-time, like an echo of an event that hasn't even happened, or happened in a completely different quantum dimension.
Can you isolate their point of origin?
Only 4
Stand
more
by.
hours of this? It's not 4 hours.
There! The Cavus Alpha Star System.
Isn't there a dense neutron star in that system?
Yes! There's a theory for a long time now that gravity and space-time are linked. I've had my own theory about a multiversal hub through which all space and time flow, a cosmic stream. I'm rambling.
Commodore, message from Starfleet. Gravitational waves are growing in intensity, sir. We are ordered to investigate as soon as possible.
It's not a coincidence that you wanted me on this mission.
Your reputation precedes you. Is it safe to investigate?
Probably not. But it'll be an adventure.
Helm, set course for the Cavus Alpha Star System. Warp factor 6.
So this is just something from just personally. So one of the things they had me do at Full Sail was to work on audio and analyze audio like to an unreasonable degree. And so now I can't not hear when they change microphones. It's most prevalent, I'll say, on fan fictions. You can really hear it on independent movies. But you also hear it like in the original series, they do it in The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. So like when a microphone changes, I instantly tell. It is one of the most jarring things for me. Let me say that I would suggest never going to film school if you want to stay a normie. Something said camera focus is a bit spotty. It's not, but I can see where you would get that opinion. What they're actually doing is they're specifically going out of their way to do a focus in and focus out shot. So this is actually done on purpose. It's a little bit... I don't know that it's the choice I would have made, but see, they go exactly what they're doing. So she was out of focus on purpose. So when she starts talking, and you want the focus to go to her, it focuses in. Now, generally, the way I've seen it done is you have the other actor turn to her to show. Now, he hesitates. But usually when you're doing this type of scene, you have her out of focus, him in focus. When she starts talking, he turns to look at her, and then the focus she goes into focus itself. It's actually a camera trick. This one's a little elongated. I'm not 100% sure why they did that. It was on purpose. It's not spotty. It was done on purpose. I guess I can't definitively say that because I wasn't the cinematographer. I would guess that it was done on purpose. But I honestly would have probably done it a little bit sooner. And anytime you're watching... So this is an extreme wide shot, and the camera isn't sure what to focus on. And the reason why it's blurry here is because the background is pristine. I'm not completely sure why that would be. But generally, what you want to do is you do want to have things out of focus because it makes it more cinematic. In fact, one of the main things that they'll teach you in film school when you're doing a film is to make the background blurry. People love it. And you don't even recognize it, but you eat that up. It's just one of the things they do.
Course laid in, Captain.
See, look, background is blurry.
Hit it.
It's called bokeh, by the way. It's the bokeh effect. I like the displays. The CGI is pretty good. Warp effect. So I guess they didn't destroy or recover the shuttles? I guess. Look at the horrific scarring on this. Look at that, right around her eye. The horrific scars right there. Also, something happened to her skin, I guess, because it's like really pale. I guess she was in an accident. Bilby would be the one that we can talk about the shots. They apparently had quite a few issues with this, so I really glad to see it come out. Oh hell! After credits, are we ready? USS Yorktown. All right, people, here we go. Oh, okay. I was looking to see if so it's going to come up, but the background is really blue. I'm not sure why Starfleet engineers would have done that. He has 2 cups. Who's the second cup for? And they got notepads. Okay. Anyway, it's coming up here. Wait for it. He's looking at himself. Wait for it. And you see it's nothing but blue. I didn't know if maybe that was a blue screen that they just didn't have time to like digitally edit in where he was.
I like what you've done with your hair.
Thanks. Change seemed appropriate. Like the beard.
How are you, Jamie?
I got a change of clothes and feel a little more normal. I think it's just hitting me how insane this all is. This is insane, right? This morning our lives were completely different. One day, now it's been 4 years.
Could be worse.
Why are we arguing about the
The universe thought we were dead and moved on. But we're not.
I assumed it
Can we
was
even
just-
go back to our lives now?
Maybe not the exact lives we had, but we'll move forward. And if you need me, I'll be here for you. Did I ever tell you how Beck and I became friends?
No.
The three of us, Lance, Amanda, and I, were on a training mission. There was an accident. My communicator was destroyed. She was bleeding badly. Had a broken leg, broken arm. There we were in the middle of the woods on some backwater planet with no way to call for rescue. Lance had to walk 30 kilometers back to base for help.
Uphill both ways.
3 days, it was just the two of us. She hated my sense of humor, but making her laugh was the only way we got through it. She and I got through that. You and I will get through this.
So they broke the line right here. So you see how they are?
Making her laugh was
He looks like he's to the right of her. She looks like she's to the left.
the only way we got through it.
He gets up and moves to the left.
She and I got through that.
And then comes in from the left, which is really jarring. If he moved to the left, he should have came from the right. Now, technically, I guess we assume that he walked around the table, but we don't see that. Generally, when you have the camera, there's a line, an invisible line your actors can't move across, or it completely breaks your ability to believe that this is actually happening. That just happened.
You and I will get through this.
Bridge to Captain Mason. You have a transmission from the Excalibur, sir.
Put it through. Speaking of Beck, it's probably her calling right now.
And the cup magic removed. That's alright.
Michaela, I was expecting Beck.
I thought you should hear this from me and not Garth.
What happened?
Beck and Ramirez are missing in the line of duty. They disappeared over 2 years ago. I'm transmitting the details. All we know is that they're missing.
I appreciate you reaching out.
Well, I had another reason for calling.
I'm pregnant.
I read your report about what you experienced. About 18 months ago, we found evidence of the aliens you mentioned in your report. The cosmic stream. I was hoping to learn more about it.
We didn't learn much.
I think you're here for a reason. And so much of what you experienced is tied directly to the aliens you encountered in there. I think we're all living in an alternate timeline.
Avalon timeline? Avalon.
He said the thing. Roll credits. Avalon universe, Avalon timeline. Roll credits. By the way, it's also called the 180 rule. It was bugging me that I couldn't think of that. Sorry, guys. I'm a little tired.
Universe?
Avalon is the island where Excalibur was forged.
Clever.
I believe the alien incursions changed time itself.
So, Donovan, this is an after credits. It does somewhat require you to have watched the previous. So, the Avalon universe is a separate universe that happens within a different timeline. So, they're actually writing their own fanfic. It's like an alternate universe. For you to completely understand what's going on here, you would have had to watch the previous ones. I would suggest you go take a look at them. You watch them. It'll make more sense. It's right there.
Not just after the incursion, but before it as well. It changed the entire space-time continuum. Like throwing a rock into a pond.
Lieutenants Mason and Archer reporting for duty.
Captain Allenby, we're going to engage in a salvage operation on the Excalibur. There are no life signs and no energy readings. I need you two to scout it out. And bring it for towing so that the Enterprise can bring it back to Starbase.
After what I've seen, I suppose anything's possible.
I think the aliens returned you here for a reason. In this universe. Right here and now.
Red alert. Take emergency stations.
We'll have to call you back.
I love I love how they move, but nothing else is impacted.
What are we gonna do? This isn't even our ship.
I guess this is where we find out if we're here for a reason.
To be continued. Why are they going different? What? Okay. Vance Major, Captain Eric Menard. By the way, guys, this is a completely fan-funded thing. You guys should definitely check them out. If you want stuff like this, if you think it is worth seeing Star Trek done from a different perspective that's not Kurtzman era or anything like that, then we definitely need to check them out. We need to support them, things like that. If you want to see this continue and you want to see it move forward, I would suggest checking out that GoFundMe and taking a look at it. I really like these guys. These guys really care about Trek. They really enjoy it. They're honestly the better parts of the fandom, in my personal opinion. Good people. Good people that are definitely worth it. This feels longer than is safe under current Paramount policy. It is. And they're also fan funding. Joshua's really good people. I'm going to be doing a series on the Avalon universe. I again, never give money you don't have, and if you don't want to donate or can't, don't. Just go watch their stuff if you want to support them. I think it's important we support people who are making the fandom better, and Joshua and Vance Major are. They're good people. Guys, I'm actually really, really tired. I was going to stay on a little bit longer, but I'm pretty conked out. So I hope this hasn't been too bad. I am going to start streaming regularly at probably at 3 p.m. Central Standard, anywhere from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So take a look. I feel bad for crapping on this film now. I had no idea at the time that Laura's friend. There's nothing wrong with crap. I sit there and just, in theory, depending on how you want to look at it, eviscerated it. There's nothing wrong with being critical of it. So don't feel bad, Spike, at all. Whether I'm Joshua's friend or I support what Joshua's doing or not, or even if I'm on set, which hopefully I will be in January or May, I'm still going to be as honest about it as I'm going to be on it. There's absolutely no reason not to be honest about it. I think that's what makes our fandom great. So don't apologize for that, man. It's all good. And Joshua's good people about it. He's like, he either agrees or don't agree. That's one thing I like about Joshua. He can take criticism. He's a good guy. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Guys, I am going to see you on the very next. Well, let me still enlist it. I'm not sure if you're still here, but to answer the question from Denzel, I know every Starfleet ship is supposed to blow up if it's rendered lifeless, like the USS Defiant, NCC 1764, but the ship's computer never does that automatically. Why is that? I'm not sure where you're getting that they're supposed to be. They're supposed to explode. That seems like something that would have been said in the original series. I would say that if they don't, and I had to justify it, probably because the computer is damaged or there are still life signs on, they might explode if they can't. So yeah, I misread the theme of the stream. I thought we were doing an MST3K. Well, yeah, I thought we were doing an MST3K, guys. So we are. Spike, we're doing whatever you want. I do this show specifically for you, Spike. I am doing it specifically for you, okay? No one else. We've had upwards of 80 people here. Spike, it only mattered about you, okay? It mattered about you, and it also mattered about me putting a baby inside of April VVA. Those are the two things that mattered, okay? Guys, for the last time, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.